It's time for Minutes with the Mayor, of course, brought to you by Mercantile Bank of Quincy. I'm here with Mayor Linda Moore. How are you, Mayor?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. So, obviously, another busy city council meeting. There were some curse words used. We call taxes, which we'll get to in just a second, because I know that it is a necessary evil. It is also something like, what do they say? Birth, taxes, death. Those are the three. Those are the three things.
Count on
yeah,
three
you
things,
can count on those three things. But before we get to that, I do want to get to Chief Yates brought up e-bikes, e-scooters, all of the things that have become my nemesis, which I never thought they would, because as a kid I was like, ooh, wouldn't it be so cool to have something like this? But
Right. Oh, they're fun.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. They're a lot of fun. But in the state of Illinois, e-scooters are illegal to operate on public roadways or sidewalks unless you're 18 years of age.
Okay, even sidewalks.
Even sidewalks.
All right.
And so, with Santa Claus coming here in about 6 weeks, we felt it was important to let the public know that we are working on an ordinance regarding e-scooters and e-bikes, and that Santa might want to know that this isn't something your 12-year-old child can use to go to school.
Right.
So you're fine in your own driveway, but once you get on a sidewalk or a roadway, they become illegal.
Okay.
And so we also know that there are a lot of people on e-bikes who maybe aren't necessarily following the rules of the road as they should be.
Sure.
We also have drivers of cars that don't exactly
Yes.
follow the rules. If you are going to operate a moving vehicle, whether it is a bike, an e-bike, a scooter, or a car, there's certain responsibilities for you to follow the rules of the road.
Absolutely.
To stop at stop signs, to signal before you turn right or left. And as a driver, you also have to look out for the other guy.
Sure.
So we wanted to make people aware that this is coming. We probably won't have it until sometime over the winter.
Okay.
But we just felt it was important because we didn't want Santa spending time making e-bikes
Sure.
or e-scooters,
Right.
only to learn that the kids couldn't use
That they're
them.
illegal,
They're a fun thing to do.
Sure.
But only on private property.
And also very dangerous, and I'm going to go ahead and say this because I've come into contact with quite a few who aren't following the rules of the road. The last scenario, I was following the rules, which isn't all the time, okay, let's just be honest here. But this e-bike operator went down, wasn't using the appropriate lane, went in kind of a small space to the right to take a right-hand turn and could have gotten smushed, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that doesn't take into consideration, obviously we don't want anything devastating to happen, but I don't think they're required to be insured.
Correct.
I don't think
Right now, they are
yet.
not. Yet.
I don't think they're required to wear a helmet yet.
Yet.
So obviously, I don't want anything to happen to anyone. I also don't want to see it. My girlfriend yesterday posted something on social media. A little dude just cruising down 12th Street and got clipped by a car going into La Gondola. So it's those things. And then obviously that driver of the car is going to feel awful, but probably wasn't expecting somebody to come up 30-ish miles an hour on the sidewalk.
Correct.
So it's an all-around, it's a new problem. It's not something that has to be, I don't think, like dissected too much. Just follow the rules, like you said.
Correct.
Wear a helmet, be safe, be courteous, and we can all exist together.
Correct. There's nothing more important than the safety of our children.
Right.
And that's why we felt it was important to let the public know this is coming. And as we develop this ordinance, we will be thinking about safety.
Yes.
And safety of our children, most importantly.
Absolutely. So in the meantime, please helmets, at least bare minimum helmets. That's all I'm asking for now, and then we'll keep you up to date as the ordinance is developed. Okay.
Right.
So enough harping on that. I could talk about it all day because it really, I get so scared when I see a butt. Okay. So next is kind of the necessary evil I was talking about. That is the tax levy you were talking about. And before we get into what that is, what it looks like, amounts, etc., can you just explain what a tax levy is? Because when I came in before we got started, I was like, I don't even know what that means. So
Sure.
Okay.
As part of a community, we all have a shared responsibility to take care of our community. The most notable way to see that is through property tax. if you own property, you pay a tax at, unfortunately, the local level and the state level.
Sure.
But property taxes are specifically local taxes that are passed by local governing bodies. And your tax bill, if you look at it, is made up of several different governing bodies.
Okay.
From the city, the county, John Wood Community College, the public school district, in some cases, either the township, or there are also library districts. There might be a fire protection district in the county.
Okay.
So all of the local governing bodies assess a property owner for a certain percentage of their overall bills for the year. In some cases, an entity might put 100% of their operating costs on a tax levy. In other cases, it's only a small percentage. For the city, our tax levy consists of basically three things: public safety pensions, fire and police, the library, and debt service, which is bonds that we've had in the past to pay off the bond debt. So those are the items that go into the tax levy. We don't use the tax levy for any operational costs whatsoever.
Okay.
It's only those items. And it's not even 100% of those items. The bond service is, so if we have bond debt to repay, that's on there, and every year that goes down just a little bit, maybe $2 or $3 a year. Pensions, of course, as we know, go up and up and up and up. We were very fortunate this year. The market returns on our investments at the state consolidated level were very good. So the pension requirements did not go up as much as we thought, but they did go up.
Sure.
And then the library, of course, we know some of their expenses will be going up. The city's tax levy consists of 55% of the total cost for those public safety pensions.
Okay.
It could be 100%, and a lot of cities do 100%. We made the decision that we would always put at least 55% on the tax levy. The other 45% then has to come from the general fund.
Okay.
Which means we may not have money for other things because we're using general fund money to cover the rest of the pensions. The library, basically what we put for the library is 0.15 or 15 cents for every $100 of assessed valuation. So that's how that piece comes together. So those three pieces, though, bond debt, library, and pensions, go together to create a dollar amount that the city needs from the tax levy.
Okay.
So the city says we need X dollars. What we don't know, though, is what's the value of all of the property within the city limits.
Gotcha.
And that goes up, just like your salaries go up, cost of buying a can of green beans goes up, so does the value of your property.
Okay.
As property value goes up, then the tax rate could come down. Those two are relational.
Okay.
So as your property value goes up, the amount or the percentage of the tax levy that you will get on your home might go down a little bit if the entire pool stays the same. As we annex other areas and increase the total property value, of course, that can impact too because we're spreading
the wealth
sum over a greater territory.
So when you're looking at all of the taxes, the tax levy, so you're saying all of these assessed values of all of the properties within Quincy will be kind of, each is going to have to pay their fair share based on the value of their property.
Right.
That is going to make up that dollar amount that you need for the tax levy.
Correct.
Okay. And just so people know, because I also get confused by this, when you're looking at your property value taxes, the city only accounts for 15%.
Correct.
So you're getting, so if we're talking about, what was the tax percentage, the tax levy percentage that you were talking about? It's not exact, but it's an estimate.
We're estimating that it's going to go up about 6% because the EAV is going up 6%. Our rate will remain flat or maybe even come down slightly, but because the value of your property went up, so will your tax bill.
Okay.
So for example, let's say your property tax bill is a total of $5,000. Well, out of that, $750 is city tax.
Because of the 15% of
Because
the chunk.
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So if your value of your property goes up 6%, your city taxes are going to go up about $45.
Okay.
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 So your total bill is $5,000. Your city portion is only $750. That $750 is going to go up.
Gotcha.
We're estimating right now 6.2%.
Okay. I wanted to draw that
Yes.
that correlation because I think when people hear property taxes going up and then they hear a percentage, they're thinking, "Holy crap, they're
Right.
going up 6%." Right.
Exactly.
So I wanted to make sure that there was, some lines drawn in the sand there. Okay.
And now, of course, the city doesn't speak for the other governing bodies.
Okay.
We don't know what they're going to do.
Okay.
So it all kind of comes together. The biggest portion of the tax bill, of course, is for the public schools.
Sure. Which
So,
we
yeah.
all know that, those are important taxes. Okay. So, and then do we know? Is there any more information about when that's going to? I mean, I don't know how that.
Sure.
When that comes into
So
play.
what we have to do, because we're thinking that your taxes for our portion are going up more than 5%, we have to do what's called truth in taxation, which is basically we pass a resolution that says we will have a public hearing and allow people to come and speak about their taxes.
Okay.
So we will have a public hearing announcement in the newspaper, and we're required to put it in a newspaper.
Okay.
So it will be in the paper in Saturday's edition of the Herald Whig. We will hold a public forum, a public hearing at 6 p.m., or actually I think it's 7 p.m. on December 1st.
Okay.
So it'll be in the article. So people will have the opportunity to come and speak about it if they choose. If they don't, that's okay too. But
Okay.
if they want to speak, this is their opportunity. Then at the December 1st meeting, we'll also start a reading for the tax levy, and we'll have 3 readings.
Okay.
At the 3rd reading, then we will adopt the tax levy, which will be a total dollar amount. Your percentage of that then will depend on the EAV and what the assessors
Of my individual property.
of your individual
Okay.
property.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So you will have an opportunity to speak about this, which kind of takes me to my next subject, which I forgot to bring up, but you brought it up last night, which is commenting on city pages. And talk to me a little bit about this.
Sure. The last straw was really when we were posting about our young people.
Okay.
And some of the services for the young people and how great it is that we have such a supportive community. And people would respond with profanity, with very vulgar sexual comments. Our children don't
Gross.
need to see that.
Yeah.
That was like the last straw for me. And unfortunately, as a public entity, we can't delete those comments.
Okay.
So they're there, and every time a child sees it, they see those vulgar comments.
Right.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So we had to make a choice, either all comments or no comments. And there's been several Supreme Court cases that we made the decision we are turning off the commenting on the city websites or on the city Facebook pages.
Okay.
People can still go to our website, and we want people to go to the website to A, find the information, the right information, and B, contact us if they have a question, and we will respond to them directly.
Sure.
One of the best things I loved about Facebook was people would ask questions, and we could respond with the right information and talk to people directly. You know, it's hard to get information these days.
Yeah.
And especially
True
accurate
information at that. Yeah.
information, you know. So I love the engagement, but I just can't subject our children to such
There's always a
things.
few that have to ruin it
exactly.
for the rest of us.
That's right.
But-
And it's unfortunate, but that's exactly what happened.
But it's still, I mean, you still can have your voice heard, every Monday night.
Exactly.
Right? I mean,
come
if you
to the meetings.
Yes.
We want to see you.
Right?
Yes.
Get engaged. You can always submit questions to us, and we can answer some if
Sure.
they pertain to our conversation. We're always open to that.
Right.
But unfortunately, you can't have that lingering out there, especially when we're trying to get more engagement, especially
Exactly.
from the younger generation.
Right.
So, I think it's understandable. I wish didn't have to happen, but it is such. So there we go. And then I'm glad we talked about that to kind of break it up, because then I got the SSA, the Special
Sure.
Service Area, which Brianna Rivera spoke about last night. And this is it's kind of another tax, but it's not really pertinent to the entire city. Is that right?
Correct.
Because I want to establish the difference there as well.
Correct.
Okay.
It only pertains to commercial property owners in the district.
Okay.
Which is 92 blocks around downtown. And so the property owners, the commercial property owners in the district asked for a special tax assessment, and it's 1%. The commercial property owners pay into it, and it benefits the commercial property owners because that tax money then goes into doing things for the district.
Okay.
Things like having flags and banners up on Main Street, or Christmas lights, over the holidays.
Like planters and such?
Or planters and flowers in the planters. And I know they're about to paint all the new planters. So it's kind of a tax on yourself for yourself if you're a commercial property owner in the district.
Okay. It's a bucket
if you
that
live somewhere else in the city,
doesn't affect you.
it doesn't affect you.
Also, if you're a resident that has a residential area, like a,
Correct.
a home
If
or
you're a
something,
private homeowner
this
and
doesn't
it
affect
happens to be in those 92 blocks, you're not assessed that
Okay,
either.
I wanted to make to make that correlation as well, because I think when people are listening to this, they're like, "Holy tax! Where do I fall? What happens?" So just trying to put everything kind of in black and white, as black and white as you can get.
And it is very confusing.
Sure.
And I think the more education we can do and to help people understand what their taxes cover and what they don't cover and how they play a part of that, I think that's important too.
I do too. Yeah, I always try to think that I have. I'm always like, I think I understand this now.
Yeah.
I'll get there eventually, maybe. But until then, I have you to explain it to me.
That's
So
right.
thank you
I'm
so
happy
much.
to
I
do it.
appreciate it. And we always like to end this on a bit of good news. And today we have a lot of good news. This is incredible. Let's hear about it.
So over the last 2 weeks, we had a food drive among the city employees. And we had 33 teams of employees, anywhere from 7 to 10 people per team. The winning team was going to get lunch with the mayor and bragging rights, of course. And so there was, little trash talk and very competitive between the teams.
Love it.
Our top 2 teams each contributed over 6,000 items for a grand total of over 19,000 items.
That's awesome.
In 2 weeks. And if you saw the pictures of the council chambers, we had round 1 and it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then the food
You kind of had to have like a drone video or something to show the immense amount. It was awe-inspiring.
Oh, yeah.
It was very cool.
So, food pantries came, got everything from round 1, then came round 2. And it just kept coming and coming and coming. So we ended up, over 19,000 items. I couldn't be more proud of our city employees. It's just one more way that they are showing how much they are vested in our community and serving our public, which is wonderful. So anyway, I'm actually taking the top 2 teams out to lunch because it's a virtual tie between those 2 teams.
And you want to shout them out?
Exactly. Sure. So the first team was the engineering wing, which consisted of our engineers purchasing some of our water and sewer people. And then the other team was HR, what I call the mayor's wing, which is my assistant, communications, legal, and operations, Dan Brink.
So cool. Yeah. Very, very cool. And we were going to do some math about how many people that would feed. We don't quite have the number, but if you look at the sheer amount of donations brought in, it's very, very inspiring. And we were talking about food pantries. I know a lot of people, when they hear food pantry in Quincy, they immediately think of Horizons, but we have multiple.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire to name all of the ones that you helped supply through this endeavor, but if you can rattle a few off, that'd be awesome. Okay.
The John Wood Food Pantry, which people forget about John Wood, but they have a lot of students who are food insecure, housing insecure, so helping out John Wood was great. The Quincy University St. Clair's Pantry, St. Francis Food Pantry, Bella Ease, Birthright, Quinata, and of course Horizons.
Yeah.
And I think there's one more that we're taking too. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
Well, either way, I love the initiative. I love that everybody stepped up to show some love for Quincy and people who may or may not, people who are struggling really at this
Right,
time.
exactly.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
terrible time to go through this, especially as we near the holidays. But it is something. It is an opportunity for people to show up for others, and man.
Right. Exactly.
You definitely showed up. That's
Exactly.
so cool.
It's pretty awesome.
It is. So if you haven't checked it out, I recommend watching the video of the city council meeting, not only just for the ending that showed, this awesome initiative, but for everything else. It just helps you get a greater understanding, or even develop your own questions that then you can bring to the table so that you can understand it, and then maybe you can help enlighten others in the city so that we have a
Absolutely.
little more positivity, a little more understanding, a little more clarity and transparency. Well, either way, I love what you're doing. Keep it up. I know that you don't always have the easiest job to come in here and talk about taxes, but you did well.
It's a necessary evil,
It is.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
And
it
I'm
is.
a taxpayer too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I don't like taxes, but death and taxes, two things that are inevitable.
That's right. That's right. And hopefully helmets on anything E.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you
get
have
those helmets. Santa,
Yes.
bring us helmets.
Please, please, please. Okay, well, I think that does it for today.
Great,
Always
thank
enjoy
you.
sitting down and talking to you, and absolutely enjoy Mercantile Bank. Thank you so much for sponsoring this. If you haven't been to Mercantile Bank, stop out there. It's a great crew. Lots of locations in Quincy. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much.